There is an ancient Taoist saying, "Those who stand on tiptoe do not stand firm. Those who rush ahead do not go far. Those who try to shine dim their own light." And yet, in our modern world, we are taught to always reach higher, move faster, push harder. We chase success with carefully laid plans, measurable goals, self-improvement routines, and productivity hacks. We fill our days with striving. We believe that the more we do, the more we will become. And yet, many of us feel emptier than ever, anxious, disconnected, and restless. What if the path isn't in doing more, but in doing less, or perhaps in doing without force? This is the essence of Taoist wisdom, the principle of Wu Wei. It's often misunderstood as inaction or passivity, but it's nothing of the sort. Wu Wei means effortless alignment. It is action that flows, unburdened by resistance or control. It's when movement comes from a deep trust, not from struggle. Think of water. It does not push or resist, and yet over time it wears down even stone. It adapts, it flows, it nourishes, it yields, but it never breaks. Water doesn't need to strive, it simply follows the natural course. And in doing so, it achieves everything. But we, humans, often forget this way. We try to control every aspect of our lives, from how others see us, to how fast we should grow, to the emotions we should or shouldn't feel. We build structures around ourselves and disciplines, goals, ideologies, hoping they'll keep us safe and successful. But those same structures often become cages. We get stuck in systems that no longer nourish us, chasing ideals that exhaust us. In trying to become better, we often lose touch with what we already are. We drift away from our true nature. What if there's nothing to fix? What if you don't need to become better, just more present? Taoism gently reminds us that true peace isn't found in forceful progress, but in allowing things to unfold. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone, say the Taoist sages. This doesn't mean doing nothing. It means letting your actions arise from presence, not pressure. It means planting seeds without digging them up to check if they've grown. It's the art of trust, of knowing that life has its own rhythm, its own intelligence, its own unfolding. Nature never hurries, and yet everything is accomplished. The moon doesn't rush through its phases. The seasons don't fight their arrival. A tree doesn't stress about when to bloom. Everything happens in its own time, not too soon, not too late. And we are part of this rhythm, though we've forgotten how to hear it. Desire often pulls us away from this flow. We want to achieve, to prove, to shine. And in doing so, we create a gap between who we are and who we think we should be. That gap becomes suffering. The Tao does not condemn desire. It simply shows us that craving without awareness leads to endless chasing. Like running toward the horizon, the more we reach, the further it seems. The real peace doesn't come from fulfilling every desire, but from not needing them so urgently. It arises in the moment when you realize nothing is missing. Right here, as you are, is already enough. When was the last time you simply sat without trying to improve anything, without rushing to the next thing? When did you last listen to the wind without judgment? Feel your breath without distraction? There's something sacred in those simple moments. Moments when you are not trying to change life, but are simply letting it touch you. This is where real transformation begins. Not through force or discipline, but through surrender. A quiet kind of power emerges when we stop struggling and start aligning. It's not about giving up. It's about giving in to what is already alive within you. There is a subtle intelligence that arises when we stop overthinking. A deeper knowing that doesn't come from logic, but from stillness. Like a fish carried by the current, or a leaf floating on the wind, you begin to move without effort. You begin to act without strain. This is Wu Wei. This is living in harmony with the Tao. We've all experienced this state, in moments of pure presence. The artist who forgets herself while painting, the dancer who becomes the dance, the child lost in play. In these moments, we are not thinking about doing. We are simply doing. There's no pressure, no ego, just life flowing through us. Even in everyday life, we see this wisdom. Sometimes problems resolve when we stop interfering. Sometimes healing begins when we stop resisting. Sometimes clarity appears when we finally stop trying to understand. There is profound power in stillness and a quiet clarity in letting go. Taoism encourages us to walk the middle path, not too much, not too little, not extreme striving nor total withdrawal, just enough. It's not about suppressing ambition or goals. It's about acting from peace, not from lack. It's about soft awareness, gentle attention, a return to simplicity. In ancient Taoist texts, there is a phrase, the fasting of the heart. It means allowing the heart to rest, to be empty of grasping, of noise, of inner clutter. To let go of the need to constantly process, react, fix. And in that emptiness, something profound arises. Clarity, connection, presence. You don't need to earn your worth. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. The Tao is already flowing through you. When you stop trying so hard, life meets you where you are. Breathe, trust, let go. Because when nothing is forced, nothing is missing, and everything unfolds in its own perfect time. If something in this message spoke to your heart, if you felt even a moment of stillness or truth, I invite you to share your reflection in the comments. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you'd like to continue exploring the quiet power of ancient wisdom and walk the path of presence, peace, and inner simplicity, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this message with someone who might be ready to hear it too. Together, let's remember what we've always known, that in silence, there is clarity. In stillness, there is movement. And in non-doing, everything is already unfolding. This is Awakening Time. See you in the next video.